This is a general reading for Capricorn for August 18th through the 24th. So if Capricorn is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. I am again offering a free complimentary 30-minute reading for someone who either subscribes or puts in a comment in the month of August. And one person will be randomly selected from those two groups. Thank you so much for doing that. And if you like the video, please hit the like. If you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And if you are a subscriber, please check below the video to see that you are a subscriber. For some reason, sometimes those subscriptions, there's a little thing on YouTube, I don't know, there's a little glitch. So you think you're a subscriber, but then you're not a subscriber. So if you could please check that. And also, if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and it does help build the channel. So thank you so much for doing that. I posted the same thing last week and the number went over the 2,000. So as a thank you, I'm having a special offer until the August 21st of your personal 30-minute reading that will be sent to you by video. And instead of $30, it's $20 as a thank you for the support and for the subscriptions getting above 2,000. You need to be a subscriber in order to participate in this special, and it is through the 21st because I have another commitment after that. So if you would like a reading, your own personal reading by video, send an email. All the description is down below, and also I put a video about the offer. You send me an email to my email address, and then within 48 hours you have your video. If you would like to have a live reading, then that is for 15 minutes, $15, half an hour, $30, and for an hour it's $50. And again, you would send me an email, and I use usually WhatsApp for the live reading. Now, $20 for a half hour is less than you would pay for an online psychic line. And for many of these psychics, they offer their prices are much more. This is a special for my subscribers to thank you for the support and for the number going over 2,000. This is until the 21st. On August 21st, for 5 days, from Wednesday through Sunday, I will be at the Castro Marin, Portugal Medieval Festival in Castro Marin, Portugal, where I live. And I will be, I will have my booth will be my home, and I will be doing readings from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday. The prices will be less. They will be what I call the festival rate. And if you're in Castro, if you are in the area, or if you're in Portugal, come to the Medieval Festival. They have booths, parades, food. They have activities up in the castle, including demonstrations of jostling. You can buy a ticket for a big medieval dinner. And the castle was the home of the Knights Templar in the past. So that will be on the 21st for 5 days. After that, I will not be available for personal readings for 4 weeks because of a medical. So if you want a reading from me and you want to participate in this special, please send me an email, and that would be through the 21st. So thank you so much. Now, I also want to thank you for your thoughts and prayers for me and for Gypsy, my lab. Gypsy is, it's a day by day. She's a little bit more engaged because of the medication, but there's nothing they can do about the cancer, no chemo, no surgery. But thank you for sending healing to her, and your kind thoughts, and also your prayers for me. Please continue those prayers, because I think it helps me for the medication to be, more effective, and for the side effects. So please continue your prayers. I really appreciate all the kind thoughts that you have been sending me. So thank you. Nina's here on the table. You might hear her snore. She's sound asleep. Jason's in the bedroom. And I have shuffled and cut the cards. I'm using the Morgan Greer cards today. And Spirit has selected 2 oracle cards. So let's see what we have coming up this week for you, Capricorn. The oracle card from Wisdom of the Oracles, number 11, which is the master number, and it is by the book. This is basically social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs and universal laws, such as the law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. So it's being aware of the laws of the universe. Now the other oracle card is the Divine Beloved. And the oracle card selected by Spirit was uniqueness. I accept my own nature. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who embraces my own uniqueness. Let me accept my own nature completely, knowing it too is divine. May I love myself as I am, not as others say I should be. So this is self-love, self-acceptance. And isn't that a pretty card? Okay, so I have cut and shuffled the cards. So let's see what the cards say for this week. Knight of Cups, crossed over by the Six of Wands. That's interesting. Could be moving, could be relationship. Then at the base of it is, look at prosperity, the Nine of Pentacles. Behind you, the Two of Swords, that's behind you. Crowning you, the Ace of Rods. Ahead of you, the Ten of Swords. Then we have the Five of Cups. The Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands. And the Tower. Let's see what's going on with the Tower. The Emperor. Eight of Wands with the Nine of Wands. Well, you've got a lot of wands here. Lots of activity. Seven of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. That's good. 2 tens. So it's the end of a cycle. We've got 2 tens here, and you have the crowning of the Ace of Rods, which is the new beginning. Then we have the Queen of Rods, the Ten of Swords with the Eight of Swords. Still in the midst of something. Ace of Rods with the Five of Swords. Two of Swords, the Hangman. Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. Little repeat here. And the Three of Swords crossed over by the Page of Rods. I would say, Capricorn, you're still in the midst of and almost ending a situation which it's extremely difficult. I get a sense, I'm picking up some energy from people that you're in this situation. It can be work or it can be relationship, but it's in your mind. You don't know how to resolve it. You're feeling overwhelmed about what's going on around you. You don't know how to solve it. You don't know what steps to take. And it is in your mind, in your thought, and you're feeling overwhelmed and like the Eight of Swords, that you can't move forward. You're feeling like your options are not being taken away, but you feel like you have few options. That there's a situation, I'm picking this up for work for someone, that there's a situation and you don't know what you can do to resolve it. That there seems to be around you an environment that is not supportive, that there is a lot of, the swords, unfair decisions, that regardless of, you could be right, but there's people that do not hear what you're saying, that they're only hearing one side of it, or that conclusions have already been made, and regardless of what you say, that your position is discounted, and it is very difficult for you because you do not know how to resolve a situation, and you don't know what you could have done to prevent it. You can look at this in a couple of different ways. One is that the spiritual lesson is that there's things that you're supposed to learn from this, and that it's an opportunity of growth for you. The other part of it is that the organization, now they're serving a role because they, and the people that are there are, they're playing a role when you have created lessons on the other side. That they have created these roles. It's like a play almost, and they are the adversarial. But they don't realize that they're adversarial, but it's a role that is giving you an opportunity to learn the lesson. That the organization is toxic and status quo. And regardless of what you do, it's not going to make any difference. That you are going to learn from it and move on to other things. It's a learning experience. Now, the important thing is to take a break and figure out what was the lesson. What is the lesson? Now, remember the card that you had here, which was by the book. And it could be, it says, abiding by social rules, conformity, respect, and cultural or family customs. It could be that this is the customs of this organization, that it's a hierarchy of information from the top down, and that there's no discussion, and that this is the rules of the organization, and you comply with rules or you move on. There's a reason that you got that card. So if this did not resonate with you, then when you're looking for another job, look at something for the organization which it could be maybe more collaborative, that the employees have more input. You need, so as you are learning this lesson, you're taking that information for next steps in the future. Because you're right in the middle of this lesson. For others, it's relationships. And again, you're wondering, what can you do to repair it? The 5 stages of grief, and one of them is, first it's a denial, and then bargaining. So for some of you, it's in the bargaining stage. What can you do to correct it? How can you fix this? And sometimes it can't be fixed. And then there's the denial, the bargaining, the depression, or anxiety, and eventually there's acceptance. Oh, anger. There's also anger. So, and you can go back and forth. So for some of you, as a relationship is breaking down, you're wondering, what can you do? And the relationship was a lesson. There are things that you learn from the relationship. And for some things, it's just, you move on, you heal yourself, and it cannot be repaired. For others, you can look at repairing broken relationships, but that has to be in a mutual agreement with the partner, such as for marriage counseling or healing. But if the other partner is not agreeable, then you go through letting go and acceptance. So you're right in the middle of a transition time, letting go of a toxic situation. I don't see the devil, but I do see things changing, and there's the Emperor also in the Tower. That's the final outcome. So things that you think are stable are going to be changing. The final outcome is rapid changes, and it can be unexpected. And the Emperor can be someone who's making a decision. It can also represent government. So let's see what we have here for our reading today. We have Knight of Cups. That can be a relationship or can be home, crossed over by victory, moving forward. So it could be someone's moving, for example, or it could be feeling victorious over a situation related to home, because you have your broken heart and you have a message about rods. So this is someone, it can be message that you received that is causing you a lot of internal pain. We talked about the grief, the 5 stages, and the pain, physical pain, the depression, and that's what your 3 of Swords represents, and a message you're going to receive. For some of you, it could be losing a job. For others, it could be breakup of a home. So for different people, it's different things. But there is movement going forward in a sign of victory. There is movement. Because at the base of it is the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. So maybe things are not turning out the way you want to. The 9s are a transitioning, can be delays. It could be for the 9 of Pentacles. Usually it's a good sign of going forward. However, with the 9 of Swords, it could be an unfair situation. It can be a loss. It could be transition. So for some of you, you are transitioning and leaving a job, and that's your 3 of Swords. For others, it could be the end of the 9 of Pentacles can represent what you think is your prosperity in your life, and it's ending. It's an unfair, you're thinking it's an unfair situation. But that's at the base of it. Because in the past, you didn't know what to do. 2 of Swords, you didn't know what to do, and you're just sort of in limbo. It could be that you're in a work situation and you saw the signs. And it could be that maybe they're having a big layoff. And they are not doing the layoff in a fair manner, for example. Or it could be that they're telling you, hey, you need to, follow the book. And you're undecided. You feel like you don't have the information and you're in limbo. Rather than, maybe starting to be proactively looking for another job or amending your behavior. You're you feel like you don't have all the information and you're undecided. Rather than being proactive, you're sort of like waiting around. And as a result of that, that takes your power away. That takes your self-direction away. Because what's on your mind is a new message about work, new opportunities, and the 5 of Swords. So this is still the residuals from this situation. The 5 of Swords is that unfair betrayal, a situation that it was like a no-win almost. And there's new opportunities. That's what's on your mind. It's like, oh, I got to go get a new job because this is falling apart. There's new opportunities coming, or you're exploring the new opportunities because of this unfair situation, work environment or home environment that you're around. I think maybe for most people this is work because of all the rods, because what's ahead of you is the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So you're feeling like things have been so unfair and you don't know what to do. You're feeling like you're at a standstill. Do you stay? Do you try to correct it? And then you're worried about, what about my references? What about, all these things that are going on, and you feel like you can't move forward to add effect, or I haven't gotten my notice yet. Should I resign? Should I go forward? Should I go apply for unemployment? And you have all of these things, you're just immobilized on what's going on about this unfair situation. It's almost like you're frozen. But then you look, and the Queen of Rods, this can be you, or can represent a woman, and the Five of, here's the fives again, looking at things that didn't turn out right. It could be broken relationships, it could be work. And the Queen of Rods can be a woman, feminine energy. Usually she is empathetic, open, and so it could be, see, and there's the sunflower. So it could be new opportunities, like home or relationship or even a job. But those feelings of defeat from the past you're carrying forward. So that's a restriction. So you have a couple of restrictions here. One is the Eight of Swords and the other is the Five of Cups. Those are those thoughts that you're carrying forward. Now the Five of Cups is 3 of the past and 2 of the future. You have new opportunities, and this is your introspection of things, of how things turned out. What was your role? What did you learn from that? And that's what your Five of Cups is. Because here you have the Seven of Wands and the Pentacles. Now the Seven of Wands, again, is remembering that unfair situation. And this is even more. Now the Wands is like opposing energies, chaos, unclear directions. You turn that around, however, and you are victorious and you're able to move forward. And the Ten of Pentacles is that it could be, as a result of that, there's going to be some money coming out of this. It could have been an unfair situation, and as a result of that, getting a project done, you might eventually get a bonus. Or some sort of recognition because you're able to move forward. Because the Seven of Rods is addressing a situation that was chaos, that was difficult, that was hard to even accomplish. But you turned it around and you can carry those skills forward in that environment. You are victorious. You could even, it could be, for example, a settlement that's going to come from this for several people. And, as a result of that, because the situation you had before was one that was very difficult, almost you couldn't win because, it could have been like that you didn't have the infrastructure to be successful. Maybe there was unclear directions. Maybe there was a breakdown in the processes, but it was very difficult. It was an extremely difficult task, difficult to do the work because of the flaws in the system. Then we have here, moving forward with a whole lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. So it could be that you're still in this organization, you have all these responsibilities, or, and you're handling it. But then the final outcome is the Tower and a decision from the Emperor. Could be a government authority, it could be government. Could be someone that makes decisions and then boom. Could be someone who, like maybe the government's shutting the company down. They lost their contract, or they were not in compliance. Or it could be that the manager in this company decided that they're going to do layoffs, or how they're going to do layoffs or something, but it comes out of the sudden. Something sudden is going to happen this week. There's your Tower. So it could be that you weren't doing any, you were in limbo, you weren't doing anything, and then there's the Tower, and you're going to be having to make some decisions because it's taken out of your hands. But there has been a very toxic situation. I think that for most people, this is at work. However, the Emperor could also be related, for example, for domestic and for government. Or there could be a decision by somebody in government that you've been waiting for, and there's the Tower, so it's not in your favor. So just be prepared, knowing that there's some decisions coming up. Either a person from authority or a government entity that you've been waiting for. Now let's pull this. I want to pull another card because I think that I'm going to pull the Louise Hay affirmation card, because this is a really heavy reading today for you, Capricorn. Okay. Because it's just about over, this situation. But actually, you've been in limbo, didn't know what to do, and once the final decision's made, then you're going to be able to move forward because a decision has been made and you're going to have to do something. There's your Tower. And angels and archangels and spirit guides, what is the message for Capricorn? Here. Freedom is my divine right. I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. So this change in the environment allows you then to be free to create what you want to create, that you were afraid to do before. So it's moving you forward out of that restrictive behavior that you had. And then card for the believe in your own magic, a card for that for you, Capricorn, is spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. 43. You've been made to believe that your voice, that your unique point of view in this world isn't worth very much. Now, this is your work environment where they downplayed everybody. Let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. Your words are worth all the stars in the night sky. So don't forget to sing whenever you have the chance. Your voice is powerful enough to sink a dozen spaceships. So in a new environment, you're going to be able to speak your truth. And so as a result of the change here, that's freeing you up into new opportunities, and then you're going to be able to speak your truth and hear your voice. That's what it's saying. Now we have the meditation card here for you, Capricorn, Starlight. Now let's see what your meditation card is for this week. Okay. And your meditation card is right here. Courage. Wish upon a star and release all limiting beliefs. There you go. If you want to take a picture of that. That's your meditation card for this week. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And think about that special that I'm offering. And I am sending you light and love with Nina from Portugal.